Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jared Poirier, and welcome to my movie review show, where I talk about movies. Alright, so on last week's show we did a review of Black Panther. I'll put a link in the description of that video if you guys want to check that out. But on today's show, we're going to take a break from movie reviews and review a Netflix series. So get ready for my review of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. But before we get right into the review, guys, just a couple of things that I want to talk about really quickly. The Oscars actually happened a couple days ago, and one of my favorite movies of the year, Shape of Water, actually won Best Picture, so that's pretty sweet. As far as my overall thoughts on the Oscars go, I was a little bit let down that Baby Driver didn't win anything, and other than that, there wasn't too many surprises. I don't really care about the Oscars too much, to be honest. The other thing is that I heard that Kevin Smith recently suffered a heart attack, and I was super upset to hear that, but I hear he's doing better, and that makes me really happy. So Kevin Smith, I know you probably don't watch my YouTube videos, but I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, man. Alright, so with all that bookkeeping out of the way, let's get right into my review of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, Season 1. Alright, so this series is based off a book by Douglas Adams, who is the same guy who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And it was adapted and produced by Max Landis, who's also known for writing the movie Bright and the movie Chronicle. So seeing as he has the head writer and producer credit on this is largely a Max Landis joint, so he's going to get the praise if this series is any good, but he's going to take the fall if it's bad. So just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what this series is about, this series follows the story of Todd, who's basically a huge loser with a pretty pathetic life, until he stumbles into being a paranormal investigator, alongside Dirk Gently, an eccentric detective with some seemingly paranormal powers of his own. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is some of the acting in this show. All the top-billed cast do a really solid job here. I really enjoyed Samuel Barnett as Dirk Gently. I thought that he really embodied this character, and this character has a whole lot of like really weird mannerisms and some things that make him really unique, and yeah, he was just super fun to watch on screen. Elijah Wood obviously does a really good job here. He's an incredibly talented and incredibly consistent actor. And if I believed him as a hobbit, having a quasi-homosexual relationship with another hobbit on a quest to destroy some magic jewelry, then I can believe him in this series as well. Hannah Marks also does a good job as Amanda. I found this character very believable, very likable, and very empathetic. And Amanda has this weird disease where she sees these like really potent hallucinations, and her struggle with that disease and her effort to live a normal life despite that disease makes her a very compelling character, and one that you really feel for. Jade Essette, I hope I'm saying that right, as Farah. This is one of the characters that I honestly didn't love. I think that the casting could have been a bit better here. I didn't really love this actress. I didn't find her that believable, and I didn't find that she really committed to a lot of scenes. Farah did have a bit of chemistry with some of the cast, particularly with Amanda, but I felt that her acting left a lot to be desired, and really pretty much the entire time I felt like she was holding back. And yeah, there's a whole lot of other side characters in this that I don't have time to get into, but most of them are pretty entertaining, and I wouldn't say that I really hated any of them. There's this one chick that shows up near the end, who's like a super horrible actress, but she gets murdered like 10 seconds later. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the plot here, because this is really the meat of this show, and this is where this show really shines. And I can't get into it too much without spoiling, but this story is really solidly written. There's a lot of intricate moving pieces in the story, and they all fit together pretty well. And I like how the mystery is well established in the first episode. It just keeps building through the season, and it really keeps you invested. So yeah, the writing for the most part is really solid. I'm assuming that some of that is because the source material is competently put together, but the way that Landis has adapted this and added some of his own comedic flair, I think that's pretty impressive as well. I thought that most of the sets were really well done. There's a good variety of interesting locations that they visit, and a lot of the environments are really well lit, really colorful, and really interesting to look at. I also want to talk a little bit about some of the music in this show. I thought that there was some pretty good music, but that some music was a bit overused. And the fact that you have Amanda and Todd in this show, who are both musicians, I just thought that they could have utilized that whole thing quite a bit better and worked their music into the show a bit more. I also want to talk for a minute about some of the effects in Dirk Gently. I thought that most of the practical effects, the costumes, the props, the weapons, the explosions, the blood, All of that was very effective. However, pretty much all of the digital effects in this are crap. There's like this CGI spirit shark thing. I can't really get into it, but it is not well realized. And I think that they probably just should have stuck with practical effects all around. And the last thing that I want to talk about here, guys, is the tone. Because the tone is another place where this show really shines. I really enjoyed the lighthearted, fun tone of Dirk Gently. And there were times that I thought that this show had an almost improvisational tone, and you could really feel the artistic energy that's on display here. So yeah, I think that Dirk Gently deserves points for its fun and lighthearted tone that really allows the audience to enjoy all of the craziness that's going on up on screen. Alright guys, so now it's time for my final thoughts on Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. So overall, I actually had a lot of fun with this show. It's far from perfect, there are a few problems with the acting, and some of the effects are not great. But the overall plot and the way that the story is constructed really made this show one that I enjoyed. So I would definitely recommend Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency to anyone who likes a bit of sci-fi with some pretty funny and interesting characters and a really good story. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the review. And real quick before I go, I just wanted to start doing something new on my channel, highlighting some YouTubers that I really enjoy and who I think deserve some more views and a little bit more attention. So I'm going to start highlighting some of these fine YouTubers at the end of my videos. So today we're doing Moviemation. Moviemation is a channel all about animation. It's run by my friend Amir, and Amir does a whole bunch of awesome stuff on his channel. He has some videos where he reviews animated movies, but he also goes into like the process of creating those movies. So yeah, Moviemation, hope you guys check it out. But that's gonna be it for now, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.